They can get the good basic staples. That's what we provide. That's what is supplied by the food bank itself. And they also can get things that are donated. We have a couple of stores that donate also. Anyway, this is the items that they donate, and we call this our extras. Well, that looks like a great thing to volunteer for. So we came and checked everything out and talked to people and decided this would be our goal. This is what we do.
Waterfalls and fall color. What a nice combination. That's what we're going to be looking at today on Tennessee Trails. Come with us.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
My name is Helen Owens. I'm the director of the Warren County Emergency Food Bank. The purpose of the food bank is to provide food for those that are in crisis in Warren County, people who have lost jobs, the elderly that may not have enough money to the end of the month, all kinds of families, even some homeless people. So anyone that is in need of food, we provide that.
And where's it located?
We're located at 314 West Morford, right across from Security Federal and right down from Exchange Furniture.
Now, y'all offer the opportunity for people outside to help with this wonderful program, and that
Yes.
includes donations and stuff like that. But what's the process of that?
The process of the donations is they can bring them here on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday when we're open. We're open 9 to 2. Sometimes people actually leave the donations at the door, but we go through those donations and make sure that the label is not too much expired, especially bread goods and cookies and that kind of thing. We also receive monetary donations, and they can also bring that here, and we also, of course, they can have it delivered by mail. The history of the food bank, probably Mr. Cowell can provide most of that, but from what I've read, it was started in 1981 actually. There was a group that was led by Mr. Parker McBride, and he met with a group of citizens that were concerned that people in Warren County wasn't being provided food in emergencies or crises. And so in 1982 they formed the food bank. There have been many people that have participated since then, and there's actually been about maybe 5 locations that it's been located at.
So with that information, really it being around for several years, the importance of this is to help people in need. And this is an ongoing effort. I know you've got
Yes.
several involved with this, but really when it comes down to it, it takes support. I know you've got volunteers and
Right.
stuff like that, but how's it really funded?
It's funded, we get grants from the county and also from federal government. We are also funded, of course, by the donations that people bring, monetary. and just the goodness of people's hearts here in Warren County. They're very generous, and you know, I've been blessed to see that.
You know, I heard off camera some discussion. Not always do you have toilet paper and stuff like that available,
Right.
but when you do, that's a blessing.
Yes,
People can donate stuff like that to you.
yes.
And really, when it comes down to all the many things that I've seen in here, what is the vast variety of food that people can get?
Well, they can get the good basic staples. That's what we provide. That's what is supplied by the food bank itself. And they also can get things that are donated. We have a couple of stores that donate also. Anyway, this is the items that they donate, and we call this our extras.
And so local businesses gets involved with this too. So
Yes,
if some businesses, local businesses watching and they ain't involved with it yet, maybe this is a good way for them to find
absolutely.
out. Who would they call for more information about that?
They can call me. My number is 931-316-0082.
So once a person comes to y'all's emergency food bank, how do they obtain and get the food?
The first thing they need to do is go to UCHRA, and they need to bring their ID, usually driver's license, and also their Social Security card for each person in that household. Now from there, they will receive a referral card. On that referral card will tell us how many is in that household, and then we fill their groceries according to that. Then they bring their card over here, and they slip it through the door, and we fill their order, get it in the cart, and then we push the cart out and they load their groceries. Now there are times when we help them. People may be disabled, they may be elderly, and may be hard for them to load the groceries. So we will aid in that. And then they push the cart back in, we sanitize everything down.
I got you. So what's the hours of operation?
9 to 2, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So this is a big undertaking.
Yes.
You know, how many volunteers do you have, and how can people volunteer themselves?
We have several volunteers that are active. I call them our active volunteers. Then we have people on our list that we can actually call if we're in, you know, if we may be in crisis and need some help, you know, unloading a supply or something. And so we have maybe 5 actually active, 5 or 6 active volunteers, and then we have those on the list that we call in need. So to become a volunteer, it's required that everyone signs a waiver, and that's just to cover our liability. And after they do that, we've even had some teenagers to volunteer, and so their parent would sign that waiver. I've enjoyed working with our volunteers. They're a joy to work with. I actually volunteered about 2.5 years ago. I've been here 2.5 years. And when there became a need for a director, someone to help out with certain things like bookkeeping, ordering supplies, and that kind of thing, I decided that I would go for that position. And actually, they voted me in August. So I've only had this position for a few months. So I greatly enjoy working with people, though.
And how did you find out about it, and what got you wanting to help them?
Actually, we were just driving by. I had retired in 2018, and we were just driving by, and I said, well, that looks like a great thing to volunteer for. So we came and, you know, checked everything out and talked to people, and decided this would be our goal. This is what we do.
What would you say to people that's watching, and maybe this is the first time they've seen information about this? Once again, what is the best way for them to help if they're wanting to help people that is in need in this way?
The best way that they can help is to be aware, first of all, who is in need. That may be their neighbor, it may be some relatives, and just make that information accessible to them. And then also, if they have the means to donate good basic food.
I'm Lester Cowell, President and Chairman of the Board of the Emergency Food Bank, The address is 214 Morford Street. I've been involved with this food bank since '82. Been on the board, or I've been president since about '96, and and we've moved on several occasions, and I'd like to say a little about how this got started.
Yes.
Mr. McBride and Parker McBride was a little worried. People needed food, and they'd go to different churches, and they didn't have a clearinghouse or anything. And at each church, you know, if they went to one, they'd immediately go to another one. So they'd get a grocery one church, another. So it was getting to be a problem here in the county. And so Harry Dunn was a county mayor, I guess you called him, and his daughter, I forgot now. His daughter, she was more or less a clearing agent. When they come in at the courthouse, that's where and then UCHRA took that over, and so right now they can. I don't know what she told them. Not they can get food every 30 days here, and but they have to go back with their car and get another card each time. We've been in, I guess, 5 or 6 different places. We was on the Blue Building for 20 years, and so there was some company, I done forgot the name, wanted to lease it. So, but they said we could move. And on Thanksgiving one day, one of the officers called and said, "You're going to have to move out." Said, "Our attorney thinks there might be some liability," so, and we had to go look for another place. And we've been at the old hospital. We've been at on A.O. Smith property, and we've been on Durham Street. And this is the best location we've ever had. People can pull right in and really good. And we have some people that come to get the food that's ride a UCHRA bus. And they'll come, they'll bring them up here, and then if they come through at the end of their route there, then they pick up the person. And we have got some bags and stuff where they take it out of and they can put their sacks in their bags and carry it on their bus. And we also have homeless people that come here. And some we have a problem of about the identification, like Social Security cards and
what's some of those? You require certain identification. Tell me, Lester, just a little bit about that. What's required for them to come and get that?
Driver's license and Social Security card.
Okay.
And we have, quite a problem sometimes with them, and we'll check maybe around, but we talk to them and then decide, and we'll make up a dummy card like for them. And
so nearly 40, almost 40 years, the Emergency Food Bank has been going. You've seen the birth of that till this time. Through the years, where would you say you're at now? Number one, you believe this is one of the best locations. What about food? Are you getting enough food? Or do you think you're all right on that part? Or, looking back at the almost 40 years, do you have just as much supply now, or maybe more than you did when you first started?
We probably have more than when we started. Now, the last year, the post office, has the drive, and they didn't have it due to COVID. Now they haven't. Brent Nunley hadn't heard from them to let them know whether they're going to have it this year or not. But they've been the best for us, and we get several tons of food every year when we have it. And now we didn't have to pay any rent when we was at the Blue Building for all those years. Other places we have had to pay rent, but it's amazing this year the donations have been great in the food, and And the demand right now has been a little lower than it has been years before. And I don't know, it may be due to the stimulus money. And
there's other resources now.
yeah, and
Several churches are giving out some food.
yeah,
So maybe
they
that'll
got
help.
those on Saturdays is
Yeah,
going
yeah,
drop in. So more people giving them out, and we got several people during the summer. We got people have their garden and they bring vegetables in here. And
We talked just a little bit in brief about some of the people who may not have IDs or homeless people who's trying to get food. What's the process that y'all go through with them?
If they don't have all the driver's license, Social Security card, we pretty well question them, and then we fill out a card on them, and then of course when they come and get it, and we called UCHRA and told them we had given them food, and then so next time when they come in or something, we got a record on it, and so it's and sometimes I know one day we got 3 at once. One came in, so they said, "Oh, we can get some food there." So, and we have a few repeaters that come in regularly.
Well, the program's a great thing, and it goes back to its name, Emergency Food Bank. Any of us could have need of this.
Yeah.
And through the years, with almost 40 years of this wonderful organization, I think it's a great thing. What you helped see come to pass for the other citizens of Warren County, I think it continues to it needs to grow and see a wonderful future, because anybody could need this. And so, speaking of its future, you're always looking for volunteers.
Right.
You've seen many volunteers come and go. Some's passed away.
Yeah.
Great supporters of the organization. What would you tell people as far as if they're even thinking about volunteering or helping out in some way? What would you say to them?
I'd say it really gives you a good feeling that you help somebody, and so if they volunteer, they'd be helping quite a few people, and so I know there's no pay for it. It's just it's
From your heart.
From your heart.
So it's a good. I guess through the years you've seen a lot of people who's retired. Like Miss Helen, I don't think she's retired, but
No,
she's still working hard.
Yeah, right.
But people who may have retired, they're able to help now in this way. I guess you've seen several people like that, right?
Yeah, it's like we got one volunteer. Her name's Barbara Aunt B. Wallace. She's new one of our new volunteers, and so on our active volunteer list is David Dossett and Aunt B and Bud Owens, Judy Tony, Anna Griffin, and myself right now. And the members of the
Active board.
active board is myself, president and chairman, and Jeff Owens, a pastor of First Baptist, Anna Griffith, secretary and treasurer, and Helen Owens is our director now, and Faye Taylor, she is with the state department, I think, some way involved in the meals for the children at school and all that. So she's on our board and comes in.
Well, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to both of you and all the other volunteers that's not here, active board members, active volunteers, and anybody who is able to help from time to time with this great organization. Emergency Food Bank, it says it all, and there's always a need there. There could be a need any moment, so we appreciate all the people who's able to do this for nearly almost 40 years. I guess I'll start with you. Any thank yous or people you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank all the volunteers over the years. We've only had 1 or 2 paid ones over the years and all, but they've all been great. And just keep volunteering.
For more information, please contact UCHRA. This has been a joy, and I thank you for all the opportunities we have. Thank you.
everybody. Welcome to Tennessee Trails. I'm Shay Walker. Today we'll begin at Rock Island State Park, where the waterfalls are flowing nicely. The fall leaves are starting to pop here on the downstream trail. We're on the downstream trail here at Rock Island State Park. We're down the river from Twin Falls. Not much in the way of wildflowers this time of year, but we do have a lot of those blue asters and these beauty berries. All right, let's look around some more here at Rock Island. This is Twin Falls, beautiful in fall color. Now we've made our way across the river, and we're looking at Great Falls. From Rock Island, we head to Manchester to Old Stone Fort State Park. We're a little bit farther down the river from the bridge, and capturing some of these beautiful fall colors along the Duck River.